Alright YouTube, in this video we are going to see how to add validation to your form. So now we have name, we have password and we have a button. So if I click on submit, it is going to say please enter all fields. So if I make one thing available and click on submit, it says please enter all fields. That means two of them. Again you are getting the message success. So now let's see how to create this using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, which is really simple. Now we have a table, we have a form. So the form has an action. So if you see, we have JavaScript :void. So usually in the action there should come a page name. So now I don't want the page name. So if I add a page name, what will happen? You see, it will be redirected. It will be redirected to the another page. I don't want the redirection. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just add the class JavaScript :void. So now we have two input field. The first field is input type text and the second field is input type password. Both of them I have identified with the help of ID. These two ID is going to be we would be using it on the JavaScript. These two ID we would be using it on the JavaScript, and note the submit button as well. So fine, I'm getting the submit button now. I have added a submit button, a class called submit. So document.getElement by class name. So the reason why I'm passing 0 is the getElement by class name is going to return HTML collection. So to access the first value, let me show you with the help of console log. So if I click here, I don't have to click here. On page reload, it is going to run. So as I said, it's going to return getElement by class name is going to return a HTML collection. So to access the first index, I'm passing the first index 0. So now the first index, we have passed the first index to the getElement by class name. That means it is going to call this one. So by calling this one, I'm adding a add event listener. So what event listener will do is it is going to add a click event. So when I click here, it should know. So if I say alert, or let me add console, you clicked on the button. So for now we'll just comment it. We don't want the validation. So what should happen if I click here, you will see you clicked on the button. Again you clicked on the button, the third one. Now it is 4. Now it is 5. Each time I click, what happens is this function is getting called. So each time I click on the button which I have identified submit, this function is going to run. So fine, it's okay. What I need is, when I click on button, I want the value of the input field which I have identified with ID. So document.getElement by ID is going to be this one and this one. So with dot value, so this dot value is going to return the value of the input field. Let me show you console.log. So this is just for the first input field, which is name. So if I type my name and click on submit, spelling mistake, case sensitive, yes. Let me type my name and click on submit. I'm getting the name Vishal. Let me type another name. I'm getting the another name. Fine, we are getting the name with the help of the value. So what we are doing is we are getting both the input field value and passing it to a function is empty. So this is the logic which we need to understand. So these two, let me consider only the name. So str is going to referring to the passed value. So input is empty, function has the parameter user value. The user value is the input field of the text, so input field of name, and this function we have passed the input field password. So this is going to refer this one. I'm repeating again, the name which we are passing can be accessed with the help of str function. So with the help of str function, I'm trimming it. The reason for trimming it, if I have forward and backward space, I'm trimming it. So after trimming, I'm going to get the length. So let me show you. Str dot length. Trim is a function. Let me console it. So if I refresh, I type my name, which is 6 letter now. 6 letter. Fine. Now if I type 1 2 3 Vishal 1 2 3, again it is going to say 6 because we have added a trim function. So if you remove the trim function, the space number space letter count will be included. 1 2 3 VISHAL 1 2 3. So 6, now it should be 9. Sorry, it's 12. Fine. It is also including the spaces. To avoid the space, I'm adding the trim function. Fine. So if there is no length, it is going to return 0. Okay. So the zero's opposite is, so in JavaScript the 0 opposite is to opposite it will be this one, which is false. So if it is 0, if the passed string is 0, then make it opposite, which is false. So after which is false, it is going to say false. If this is false, this section is going to run. So if you don't understand, just rewind what I said. If it is false, this section is going to run, and it will run out from the if condition. And if you want the input field value to be null, equal to null, you can do this. So after alert, the input field value will be cleared. Vishal, pass, please enter all fields, and it should be cleared, but it is not clear. Let me see why. The idea is simple. We need to pass document.getElement by ID, and this is password. So if I type one input field and one left blank, it is going to say alert, and then the Vishal will be removed. So in some cases I don't want that, so I will comment it out. So now if the one is present and another is absent, it is say enter or field, and it is going to preserve the first one. That's all for this video. Get the source code in the description.